find over the Chinese teams and really ushering in what ended up being a lot of success for the Mongolian region, eventually capitalizing underneath the IHC's banner. But IHC are going to be going up against them right now. So it's the old kings versus the new. And listen, these are some very old kings, but some very new players in there. So it's going to be some fun times. There's some crossover in the video as well. So we're getting into the first map. That's Inferno. And that's actually picked up by Renewal, not by IHC. So as far as the veto is concerned, this is already a big advantage for the IHC side.
I'm actually quite excited for this because both teams have shown quite a lot of promise, right? I mean, IHC, of course, they were sort of expected to be the top dogs in the previous game, but Renewal, they put up a really good matchup against Lin Vision, which is why I have really high hopes for them, even if they're not the best team on paper.
Well, we'll have to wait to find out whether the paper is correct or not. It's a quick wraparound in through, and what looks like they pop back to the B-bomb site, and they don't find any kills in the IHC squad. Blitz unable to interrupt the rotation back over, and now Mick's going to be covering it off. Blitz taken down. Mick with a fantastic shot to start off, and now it ends up cornering Score back into the graveyard position, and Score should be overrun, but not before he's got a bit more defense coming his way. The dualies completely fail, and Noise and Rooks will be able to make quick work of these B-side players. Rotation's now over.
Oh, really nice shot there from Bartek. The bomb's down and behind the fountain, and Mick will fall as well. Now Rooks has a lot of responsibility on his shoulders. He's got a USP. That's the first headshot, and he's trying to bait out shots as well from the final member. Switches over to the dualies that were previously dropped by Techno, and he's wasted quite a bit of time. It's getting a little unnerving, but Rooks falls, and IHC will be able to get around.
I can't believe that IHC actually find that one after Renewal is successful in what is basically the full wraparound. Techno looked like he was going to be the only option for victory that they have, but it actually ends up being the other way around completely. The rotations are on point, and they're able to find the retake as well. Rooks, unfortunately, in the end, unable to collect on the third and final kill. Annihilation's always been good at those USPs.
It honestly just really came down to Bartek being able to come in from Banana and get that first kill onto the player in Coffin, because that made sure that the crossfire simply wouldn't be there, allows a CT player to cross over successfully as well, doesn't have to challenge Coffins as well. Very, very easy duels then when they head into the site, except for that final 1 versus 1. Now IHC, very heavy control over towards Banana. They've deployed an early smoke. Score also being watchful for Blitz as he pushes through, but now that they've shown a lot of presence, they're actually going to start rotating all the way back towards A, and as this is happening, the T's are starting to sprawl through.
Techno's getting ready for the backstab. Annihilation wants to take first contact before that happens. Techno good for one, and in the meanwhile, Ariukul will fall. Annihilation's M4 to Dane him ready for the grave, and Mix rotation back down from the apartments is not going to be in time to actually try it at any point whatsoever. 4-0 for Annihilation, and he has started this off strong. That's exactly what you need on Inferno. He had a slightly weaker time on the CT side up against Eruption. This time, he's off to the right start.
I actually really respect the adjustment that Renewal immediately went for. As soon as they started spotting the utility and stuff coming through from IHC over towards Banana, they quickly tried to double back, go over towards A, and try to go for an early execute. Now that didn't end up working out because IHC simply outgunned them, and they were a little too late to the party as well. I think had they been a little quicker to the trigger, they should have been able to get that round, but IHC simply made them look like they were no match. But still, solid stuff.
And now comes out what should be the farm round, but like we already saw, IHC do have a tendency to lose out these at times. A tendency that is actually shared. Renewal playing up against Invasion, especially on Overpass, where they were up 14-10 at one point and had a chance to really close out the series. Ended up conceding the map 16-14 regardless, including a couple of anti-force by losses and the like mixed into it. So there's definitely going to be some deagle danger from either side and either team. The question is there? Well, there you go. Is there going to be
a little more than just danger, though, T-Time, because they should be able to get over towards the B side relatively uncontested. Now, there is Blitz, and he's managed to stave them off from getting the bomb down, courtesy of the Molotov, for a little bit longer, but with these two rifles being recovered, I think they could still be a pretty big threat, especially with News being able to get the first kill, and now it could be even Steven. News is quite low on HP, but he's trying to play the off angle. Molotov should be deployed soon as well. No, Zeralti, you weren't supposed to pull out your Deagle in that moment. And News definitely sandwiched in this position, trying to play off of triple, at least wants to isolate it into one duel, but the nade should finish the job. Nice effort, though, man.
If not for the deagle being pulled out, it looked like Zerolta was completely ready for the duel.
Oh, yeah.
That's something where he will be kicking himself completely. Noise plays that so well. The fact that he's able to evade the Molotov and actually get up on top of the first oranges, then rotates back to second oranges, has the angle advantage over Blitz while the bomb is being planted. And look, the confidence to do that is very difficult to find, especially because you are slightly visible from deep CT if you are playing first or second oranges above the CT smoke. So when you're only on 32 HP, that's a big gamble to go for. And News, Noise, whichever one of the two it is, he has been really good, even a couple of days ago in the Mesa League when he was playing it out versus some of the domestic rivalries and domestic competitions. He's been one of the main factors to be propelling Renewal forward.
Question is whether or not that propulsion is going to allow them to cross the finish line over IHC. The one chance they've got to make it to Brazil. Bartek, oh, I love this little setup. Now they're going to be zoned in on that AWP, and Bartek is playing close enough to go for the refrag, but he knows what's best for him. Realizes that he doesn't have to continue to put on the pressure. Wanted to take the advantage, but Noise is going to be able to bring the numbers back together. But this push from score doesn't go unpunished. Techno has joined the fray as well, in for the flank annihilation. AWP shot early on. Bartek, the one man who receded into pit, is now becoming relevant. And with Techno's flank coming through as well, this is pretty much a done deal for IHC.
Now, this is definitely a good time for them over in short, especially. You can just see how comfortable they are in holding down their angles and holding down this defense. Aryukel at best could maybe hope for a kill over here, and it looks like Annihilation has given the call out. Techno should be trained in on this position, but no, hold the point! Okay, now we're good, we're good, we're good. He looks back, he'll check it, and IHC are up to 4, and another opportunity for them to have a weaker buy to face off against.
I mean, IHC are just thanking their lucky stars that Lin Vision were able to come back on their third map against Renewal. Otherwise, the lower bracket would have been so much more difficult. I mean, I know it sounds a little harsh for Team Renewal, but let's be honest, Lin Vision, you know, on paper, out there, they are definitely better. So I did think for a second that maybe the lower bracket would be one of the toughest matches we'd see today, but Renewal unfortunately weren't able to really get that ball to the finish line.
You can see the stark contrast from how Renewal's playing this out in comparison to how Eruption were, right? Like, Renewal in most of these rounds have been trying to get aggressive footing early on. The like, Mick, great shot from him. Rooks tries to double it up. Those two are, generally speaking, the dynamic duo of aggression on the T side for this team. And, well, Mick and Rooks will both end up falling altogether. The dynamic duo are very dynamic, right? They can be aggressive, they can be not aggressive, they can be alive, they can be dead. So far, it's been a lot of being dead, you know. That's clean. Oh, very clean. Now a chance opening up. The B bomb site is completely open. And remember, utility aplenty available for Zerolta. The only thing he's lacking is something that unfortunately is still quite important in Counter-Strike. That's the HP. Yeah, look at this man. He's got every single line plotted in his mind. Especially when you consider there is an AWP on Annihilation, right? That's not the best of weapons to try and go for a trade with. I wouldn't even be surprised if they try and send him forward aggressively initially, so that the AK can trade forward, but said sound's been made. Audio cue's given up a plenty. Zerolta is waiting, and as he gets another freebie, Bartek is gone. All the options opening up this 1v4. He's trying to go back over. Smoke's going to be diffusing soon, but so is the bomb. And there you have it. Annihilation right inside will stick it, and he'll be able to take it back. Zerolta does it all, but once again, the B bomb site is not open for clutches. Not right now.
Man, a centimeter to the right, and it would have been a done deal. Zerolta nearly had a massive clutch there, but a little unfortunate there. I think they wouldn't have even had to bring it down to that problem of like having to go for a ninja or a clutch had they actually sent Annihilation up front. You know, Bartek could immediately go for the refrag, but they got a little sloppy there, expecting their numbers advantage to just do the work for them. 5-0 now. I think IHC can start to feel a little bit more comfortable. Now, the problem is that they haven't been able to get too many clean rounds, which means that their money will always be brought into question. Score! Jumping up on top of the sandbags. Nice and clean kill. And if they've learned anything from the previous game, they know not to aggress too much after they have an initial advantage. Score just holding the angle with an AWP.
Annihilation's holding such a tight angle. Oh my god. We'll be backing off right as Score tries to get aggressive, but Techno is always ready. This B-bomb side is this man's territory. He's good for one, why not two? Score and Techno are the ultimate combination for this B-bomb side, be it banana or be it holding it down on the CT side.
I love Techno's late introduction into the area around Sandbag because, you know, they had this idea that Score was the one that was previously playing Sandbag. He rotated over towards Fallen. So as soon as they kill Score, they're like, yeah, okay, we've cleared this area. We're good because the one threat we had in Sandbag, he's gone. But no, Techno, late introduction and a late exit. Beautiful work.
And one thing to also keep in mind for IHC, obviously, is the fashion in which they're winning these rounds. Even the rounds that they almost lose to clutches, right? The 2v4, the 1v4. There's always one player left alive towards the very end of things. And what that implies is that they're doing an incredibly good job at disabling lurkers. They're doing a very good job of making it so they aren't getting over aggressive like you mentioned. But most importantly, you're not being caught off by a random play towards the end. The random play is not getting enough information to try and make a play early in either. So keeping one player alive to the end of things is actually a very good sign of a team that is playing it disciplined. But now that discipline is going to be put to the test. Bartek wants to go back and take a quick peek in, but the wrap from Arches is coming forward. He's spotted out. Blitz good for the one, can't spray to the second. And it has to be Score turning back, but Techno's dropped the bomb and another on top of it. Pushing through the smoke, they will be punished. Oh, so very much.
They're just too good on this. They're just playing it to perfection. Man, what can Oracle even do?
Die? Die.
Yeah, the one option that he had, but the thing is, that was a really good split, right? They were able to contest Arches. It really just came down to whether or not the Banana players could actually effectively use their numbers advantage and get the trade. Unfortunately, Techno is too much of a beast to allow that to happen.
He's really good. He's really incredible. One of the biggest finds for Asia recently. And this new generation of players is just marvelous to look at, right? You've got Techno, to some extent you've got Bartek. Obviously Bartek still, you know, making a name for himself and finding his feet. Then on Rare Atom you've got Mercury and Mosaic. At the same time you've got pretty much all of Lin Vision's team. They're very, very young squad. This is a very exciting time for Asian Counter-Strike, and that's without even including players like Nick and Rooks or Senzu and NKT, you know, these fantastic wonder childs who are going to be really good in a year or two's time, and they've already made their name to some extent. Will end up being traded out, but there's a second Molotov to follow through. Score will lock the remaining T-side players in.
Yeah, that Molotov prevents them from being able to pick up that AK-47 early. There'll be quite a bit of time being wasted for these Tech 9s. Rooks tries to get very aggressive. Takes quite a few shots to the body. Wow. How does he win that duel? You're jumping through the smoke. You only got 5 points of felt, but okay. It ends up working out for him. Couple guns being recovered by the T side, and now the bomb is starting to be planted. Blitz on the retake from Coffins. 2 players joining in from CT as well. This is not going to be easy for the T's, courtesy of their HB. But there's still a chance. Annihilation, first man to go through. AWP in hand. Bartek is trying to keep his attention. Annihilation starts to connect shots, but Noise can still be a big problem. The Deagle's missing, gets the headshot, but Blitz is able to clear it out.
There was a legitimate chance here for Roots to come through and pair up for a third despite having only 5 HP, because the Molotov that was lined up for Secret was actually lined up from the construction area, right? So when the Secret Molotov is deployed, Rooks is not visible because the construction Molotov does not spread to pillar. And the CT players could not keep an eye out because they were lining up from inside construction, right? Because you don't want to be dying just because you've given out a soundproof your Molotov being thrown forward. So afterwards, Rooks isn't able to retreat back to Secret because he's more worried about the CT players aggressing forward, or he's worried about Muse being in more of a conservative angle into pool. So unfortunately, another clutch that just doesn't go their way, but it's so close. We've seen 3 of those so far.
Yeah, the CT economy is pretty indicative of what's going on in terms of how close the rounds are getting. The problem is you actually need to put rounds on the board. I mean, sure, you get some bonus points in terms of how damaged the enemy's economy is if you're getting these rounds closer, but there's no bonus points for getting every single round to be that close and not winning it, you know? Nice little opener from News. That could be exactly what they needed. Now Techno's the only man standing in between them and the B bomb site. A little bit of a one-way smoke if he can actually get the second player out. And now Techno has a massive chance to take a big bite out of the opposition. Chance to get a reload as well. It's going to be very difficult to find him around the coffin area, but he's not sure if there's a player that has crossed over into dark. So he's not going to be pushing the issue just yet. He's going to hedge his bets and wait for his teammates to come through instead.
My God, Bartek is still in the A bomb site. It is 30 seconds left on the clock. The problem is, now Techno's gone. Zeralte had made his way inside the site, and with then all the smoke noise and everything else, Techno hadn't found much, but Annihilation will stop the bomb from being planted. Zeralte has revealed his AWP. Annihilation knows to just train down on it, and Bartek is still just waiting. This is what I mean. The Lurker never gets a shot. How the hell is that Annihilation skill? What?
Yeah, how... Did he teleport?
No, he went to Speedway and got the hairline angle over there. Bartek doesn't even... He waits for a whole minute. It's like, yeah, I'm going to kill the Lurker. And Annihilation steals that.
Yeah. Oh my God, that is...
That's
insane.
team breaking.
Yeah. You really have to respect the way that Annihilation is making these micro plays as well, right? Because the way he was holding the angle on the bomb cross was actually pretty impressive. Instead of holding the jump, he was just anticipating the fact that he would land closer to the site, and that's the angle he was holding instead of just watching the whole arc of the jump instead. Oh, Annihilation. Your time might have wanted to come to an end, but you've borrowed some time from the Grim Reaper. Zeralte eventually does bring out his scythe and cuts his head off, but not before he can make his way to 14 kills and 2 deaths.
Bartek's in such an annoying... Oh, he's going to line him up. Oh, almost gets a second as well. No, instead it's forced back out to the aggressive under shelter spot where in the retreat he'll be covered off. That grenade would have struck him down too much, so he went too wide. Bartek will finally be given his due shine. He's been waiting so long for it, it seems like. Guys, can I play the game as well? Please? Really? Finally, Annihilation's dead. Okay, now it's my turn. He's gonna get a
There are very few games where you'd see a scoreline like 9-0 and you would be like hyped to cast it because like generally they could be very one-sided games. But this game is still delivering because of how close these rounds are getting. There's so many different individual pieces of brilliance by both teams where, like, this doesn't really seem like a 10-0. Like, yes, IHC is going above and beyond, but it's not like they don't have to fight tooth and nail for it.
I know, I get what you're saying, but also, I don't think Renewal cares, right? Like, you're still down 0-10. It still feels really bad.
Like, yes, somebody's stomping your head, but at least it's with Gucci shoes, right?
Yeah, basically. It's like, oh, is this what it feels like breaking into Paris Fashion Week? Oh, Techno getting aggressive. Oh, he's gone back. He's gone past them. The grenade from Score as well. They've got no idea Techno's here, and he's caught in the chaos. Finally falls, and it's a 2-on-3. Somehow Blitz misses the Molotov. It seems like it's the only thing he's missed for most of the game. Well, I've made the noise, but Mick's made the effort to move through the smoke, wants to cheat past him, to go forward. Bartek has revealed his position. Mick knows what's up. Bartek pulls out the grenade, even suspects the possibility, but that's just running through the motions. Back to a 2-on-2. Could this finally be it? Could this finally be the round where they can win it out? Blitz takes the elevated position, but loses his advantage in doing so. Annihilation is still hot on their heels.
Oh, nice shot from Mick. And now a chance for Blitz to close it out. 1 versus 2. Oh my god, that is a nasty flick there. But he's not quite sure where that final player. He's expecting a player in triple, perhaps expecting him in to be in second box, but Blitz is actually waiting. He's biding his time because he's waiting for News to make a mistake. Goes for the quick smoke, and as he starts to tap the bomb, I think he might have spotted a foot.
Oh my god.
Defuse. Oh, there it is. News finally being able to find something with his toothpick there, and he gets the first round for Renewal.
I was nervous. I didn't think he'd get that.
Yeah.
It's also, at the same time, you know, the knife is probably the smartest play you can go for there, to be honest, just because there's so many different like ways Blitz can try and get behind the smoke and try and get on top of burst oranges for spamming and all that stuff as well. The knife is the only weapon that doesn't make noise, as long as you're not hitting the wall. So that might be the best play you could have gone for, to be honest. And you get money.
Does the knife not make a wood sound?
No, not to the enemy. Unless you, like, hit the wall.
No way.
Yeah.
I have 8,000 hours. Come on, not like this.
Yeah, it's not the only... Listen, it's not the only thing you haven't known in 8,000 hours.
But yeah, back to winning ways for IHC. They get a nice little opener on Zeralti. News is half HP, so within one-shot territory of the A4 or A1S for bullet of choice. Annihilation playing up close, holding the hairline angle, expecting there in Boiler, and there is. He's just been so damn consistent with his AWP. Only died 3 times across 12 rounds now. If you're Renewal, you haven't quite seen your assailant in many of these duels. You peek and you're dead.
Oh, Bart. Oh, gets it for free, and oh, even goes forward and dinks News through the wall. 5-on-1, man. Oh, what? That's a quick scope. Okay, okay, he gets a bit ahead of himself with that flick there, but
yeah,
that was a nice quick scope at least, right? Reminding me of a Kenny S clip from about a year ago from
yeah.
the stream. Well, it's a very aesthetic scoreline.
Yeah. That's just putting sprinkles on toast.
That does sound kind of lit, though.
Burnt toast.
That makes it better. The crunch and sugar. It's like cereal. Techno finds Aereo cool. And
now I know why your health is enchanted.
Well, so is all of Renewal, and you know, I don't know how I pair those two together, but it's true. Rooks and Mick left alone, generally speaking, they operate as a pack, and right now they are split up and very likely fall one at a time. Mick, the initial, and he hasn't even gone back to get the bomb. He knows it's all about the kills and whether he can get any.
About as one-sided of an affair it can be in terms of the scoreline, so it's almost as if this is a waiting game for Renewal to just head on over to the next map now, because it sounds a little harsh, I get it, but being down 12-1 after that, I don't know, man. Doesn't seem very doable.
Hey, I'll have you know, they're probably going to be down 13-1 after this round. Okay? So don't be such a negative Nancy about it. Oh, I actually really appreciate this decision. I think this is the right move to go for it, which is the Hail Mary force buy and try and make a play with this, because frankly speaking, there's almost no difference between a 13-1 and a 14-1, but there's a lot of difference between a 12-3 and a 13-14-1, right? Like, those are different situations. If you can win this one out, you know, maybe...
Yeah, then maybe you can at least negotiate with the piss around, right?
Yeah, maybe.
Pretty slow pace for Team Renewal right now, because you can tell that they're sort of scratching their heads. They're unsure of where to even progress, because most of the time they're running into this dynamic AWP from Annihilation, but at least they've been able to sort of zero in on his position this time around. Bartek falls to Rooks, and this could be the opener they needed. Now the question is whether or not they're going to react quickly enough to it. Blitz quick on the A4 spray, a flashbang as well to allow him some more. Oh my goodness!
Wow.
I could not even finish my sentence before he emptied his mag into them. Zerolte now in a 1-on-3, and this has already done the job. He's done the deed. It's over. What can you even do as Renewal?
Yeah, so about that next map, we've got Nuke coming up, which, listen, Renewal are pretty good on as well, and it'll start CT side, so, yeah, maybe there's room for still an option, right? Wouldn't be the first time IHC's won a very one-sided map and then lost out in a crucial series. Of course, reminding me of ESL Challenger League Season 41 Asia, if I remember correctly, where they 16-0'd Rare Atom at the start of a best-of-5 and they lost everything out like in a very one-sided way. So, hey, who knows?
Yeah, but it's almost as if you're relying on IHC to botch it rather than for Team Renewal to turn up, which is a warning sign, you know?
Yeah. Well, I mean, you definitely need Renewal to turn up over here. Deep Molotov, they're trying to isolate out the duel versus Techno, but Score just gets aggressive through it instead. Annihilation also making his way over, but this A bomb site is mainly going to be defended out by Bartek and Blitz. The, you know, some would say if Seinfeld hadn't already made it, this would be the real B movie.
Why are you
the
like
18? Well, Archer's trap is going to be all the more difficult when you've got two smokes and Annihilation is covering off Archers, so this is going to be a true test of what exactly Renewal's die holds in them, because you better be rolling sixes all the way here. Smoke goes out. Annihilation will not pull the trigger just quite yet, doesn't want to reveal his position. Bartek and Blitz are doubling up from this side and Mini Pit instead of trying to prioritize Archers. Blitz, smoke down, will be actually helping him out, trying to isolate some duels, but instead of trying to focus back on Archers, he helps Bartek instead. Annihilation, close range miss. Blitz is still alive. Blitz is still killing it inside the bomb site. Zeralt turning the corner as he turns towards the next half. We're going to be back after a short break. 14-1. IHC could not look more dominant.
Welcome back, everybody. Unfortunately, I don't think Team Renewal actually got their license to play Inferno renewed because IHC is about to expire.
Horrible. Horrible. It's one of the worst
God.
like intros I have ever heard.
I
That's
could
also
hear
one of the
your
worst
head imploding.
intros you can have to a map. This is down 114. Rooks will at the very least start off this pistol around the right way, but he's being cornered. But who's being cornered with who? Rooks fighting back in every way he can go. Techno finally puts the man down, and Annihilation will be suffering a similar fate over towards Banana.
And all I had to do was make a horrible joke.
Well, Bartek was looking for a lot of action before. Maybe now he can finally get some. Well, at the very least, start off with a great shot, and he's got the bomb, so the bomb could be planted on the B bomb side if he is willing to hightail it forward instead of clearing every angle. That's the problem with too much time. Sometimes it gives you too many options. Bartek is looking to exercise each and every single one of them. Goes back, picks up a smoke as well. He's going to be looking to isolate out a duel onto the B-bomb side. Should know that by now, surely there's going to be at least one player here, but he is just trying to pre-fire everything. I really hope he actually gets a pre-fire, right? Like, okay, the one place he doesn't pre-fire. Bomb's going to be planted inside the smoke, tapped away, faked out, and now as a knife is going to be chiming in inside the smoke, he will find absolutely nothing beyond just a boost to his ADR, and that doesn't go very fast.
Renewal, right now they kind of look like they're just delaying the inevitable.
Well, we'll have to wait to find out, realistically. At least they're going to be able to guarantee that they're round on the board, right? It's only Glocks in front of them. Hopefully. What's more embarrassing? Losing out to a full Glock round or losing out to a full USB round when the USBs aren't stacked?
Losing to USBs.
That's more embarrassing. Okay.
I don't know, I just feel like Glocks can be scary, man.
You see, you say that, but at least with the USB, there's like the double headshot. Like, at least that looks sexy. Right? So you're dying, but you're dying in a good-looking way. You're like, wow, that guy's just better than me. If you're losing to a full Glock round, I feel like you can't just say, oh, those guys are just better than me. Unless it's just a burst fire machine, triple headshot queen, right? Like, that's a different story, obviously. Okay. At least there's one Deagle in there. Score. Finding a quick frag, and if I am not wrong, that should be a rifle. Oh, actually, it's the MP9 recovered from the Blitz will be trying to move forward and blitz into Coffin. Ariukul will just be coming off while the bomb is being planted. Not really the best penetration on the farmers, but Bartek will take it down and recover it regardless. Now, back to the 3-on-3. Score with the Deagle could make this be. Rooks on the other side of this is about to be coming face to face with the $700 open. Score is going to be deploying it. The moments of embarrassment might not be finished for Renewal just yet. Zeralta and News, both very far away from the bomb site, have now revealed their positions respectively, and the bomb is ticking down. News is the only one with the kit. If he goes down, this round is gone. Bartek has still managed to stay alive. They can't. Oh my god. Oh my god. They're losing to Glocks! And an Eagle, but Glocks!
Oh my god.
Daze just came back to life from whichever game he was in after Counter-Strike. Daze just came back for me.
15-2. Man, it's almost as if IHC let them get the pistol round just to rub some salt in their wounds by defeating them with the good old glizzies.
I can't remember the last time I've seen a loss to Glocks where the grenades didn't even get any damage, right? Like, they triple naded. It's not even like they just got 2 kills with a triple nade. Wow. I can't even think of a bug where we lost to Glocks. Well, Look, at the very least, Renewal do save 2 weapons forward, right? So maybe there's something to that, but they've lost one already. Brooks has already said goodbye.
You can kind of see that mental fatigue starting to set in now for Renewal. Like, not in terms of the tenure that they've played today, more like just getting battered round after round. You can see that they're making like mistakes, missing quite a few shots. You saw that Fama spray down miss in the previous round as well. And that kind of only happens when you're really frustrated, you know, when you're full tilt. That doesn't happen in normal circumstances.
Exhibit A.
Yeah. I don't think that was Exhibit A. I think that was like pace 393.
See, this is where now you're putting me on the spot, because I don't know if exhibits are like page based. I thought every page is like would be like Exhibit A on this page, right? Like page 399, Exhibit A or Exhibit B for the page, but I'm not sure anymore.
I would just assume that they would be pretty far through.
Well,
but anyway,
16-2.
Yeah.
All right, I'd see take that one home, and
not a whole lot to say, is there? I mean, pretty comfortable victory for IHC.
Annihilation looks really good. Like that's one big takeaway. Bartek looks really good. Techno looks really good. Wait, stop me if I'm wrong. Score also looks really good, and Blitz is